Hello everybody! And welcome back once again to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition. I'm just listening to this lovely music. Why? Because it reminds me of Baldur's Gate 1.
Yes?
Oh, I love it. Right! Sorry if I'm shouting, my headphones volume's a little bit on the loud side. So here we are, as we left off last time. I haven't slept, just in case we have a dream. Don't know if we will, but it's the first time we're resting in the third chapter. We had an update about Imowen, so I'm thinking we might be getting another dream at some point soon. So I thought I'd crack on with today's session exactly where we left off the last, and that is with Godan about to rest his weary head, along with the rest of the party, having just filled his belly with several flagons of worm's brew in the noble quarters. Spit on this substandard room. Okay, so no dream sequence, but hey ho, a night's rest. Although, yeah, crack of dawn, 6 AM we rise. Ever the diligent adventurers, we're up nice and early to go looking for a bunch of murderers.
What is my task? Consider it done.
Hang on just a second. Oh, but I'm going to say, she wasn't outside last time. The traders appear to have moved outside during the day. They were obviously just staying inside once they'd finished their duty. Anyway, we shall head up the road here and see what we can see. Godan leaves the Umar Inn with a skip in his step. Why? Because he's drunk Detranian's famous ale. He didn't particularly care for the taste. That pimento kick didn't quite hit the spot, but more to do with the fact it was gifted to him by Nera. Although the ale is gone, he may just keep the flagon to use as his flagon of choice for all drinks going forward. Is that just me? Or has this man got flies buzzing around his head? Godan approaching, holding his breath, expecting a most foul smell.
Yes? Yes.
Oh, greetings to you, stranger. Yes, asking who he is. My name is Dar. And I am of no importance, I suppose. At least nobody important enough that my love's father might vaguely consider allowing me to court her. Okay, so some kind of lovesick puppy. We ain't interested in that. Asking if he knows anything about the murders. Oh, only a little. I have not been in the village for very long. It's my understanding that the wolves have become very active, yes? All I can think about is my Colette. Yeah, Godan doesn't care about your Colette. Well met then, stranger. May you fare better than I. Bloody fool. Do you think we have time to go running around after a love interest just because he's having issues with her father? She was Godan.
Very well.
He'd put him in his place.
On my honor. Done.
Not stand here moping about it.
Yes?
So it's quite the busy little village, isn't it? Here we have Jeb. A couple of people here. Margie. Atta. Groose the herder, Dale the herder. I think these may well have been the people that were at the farce when we first arrived.
It's great, but it makes having friends harder. Before you came along, Talana and I were thick as thieves, really fat thieves.
Oh, it's a rather choice time for Imowen, for Nera to once again be engaging in conversation. Perhaps it's a lovely setting. Yes, obviously Godan, assuming she misses her company.
I do sometimes, but not as much as I'd have thought.
Oh? Is that because you're in my presence, Godan thinking? My company's enough to wash away any past relationships from the memory.
If I had to decide, I think I'm probably better at being on the road than I am at being a friend. I don't necessarily want it to be that way, but there you have it.
Yes, asking her to perhaps divulge a bit more about why she feels that way. Give him something to hook on to use in further conversations, maybe.
I've never really had a lasting friendship.
Huh.
I've always driven my friends away.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at wandering about aimlessly, though. But hey, we're friends.
Indeed we are. I mean, our friendship lasted whilst we were on the road, and actually, rather strangely, she speaks the truth because, as we well know, she left him after their travels in the Sword Coast further north of where we are, our adventures in Baldur's Gate. After it was all over and we were settling down in Godan's tower, she up and left. Maybe this is a bit of an insight as to why she did that. Interesting how the game is complying with the story, eh? But indeed, we are friends, Godan confirming.
Right?
Of course. Bloody hell, do we need to spell it out to the woman?
We're friends? Good! Glad to hear it for the most part. I mean, yes, glad to hear it.
I should think so.
Anyway, the road calls. Off we go.
Bless her. Alright, so I was about to say before she interrupted us, he said it's rather busy here, but then these people are probably the people that were crowded around here when we first came, addressing the what's he called? The minister.
Very good.
So I'll just quickly ask Hexat for a bit of a wander.
Wow, an adventurer.
Sir? Is he blind? My name is Durbert, and me and my friends here want to be adventurers like you. Real strong and powerful like. Yeah, I want to be a ranger and protect the village. I want to be a great warrior like my dad. I knows we can, but everyone says we're all too young and all. Bull, that's what I says to that. So, since you're already an adventurer and all, sir, I was hoping you might maybe buy some swords for us. Some bastard swords? And some ale, Durbert. Don't forget the ale. Yeah, we wants to be real men. Swords and some ale, then. If we give you the money, sir, would you buy us some? Hexat? Would she purchase some? No. No. We certainly have better things to do than go running around purchasing swords and ale for children wanting to play as men. Forget it. Oh, please, please, pretty please. Yeah, please, couldn't you please, sir? The mere fact of calling her sir is, and obviously I know that they're supposed to be addressing Godan, of course, but yeah, Hexat, not it. No. You're so mean. Yeah, this bites. I want to be an adventurer. Well, if you were true adventurers, you'd adventure your way into the weaponsmith and nab yourself a sword without the need of the help of others. At least that's what Hexat would do if she required something. As a thief and all that, she'd go and take it. Alas, they have so much to learn.
What is my task? As you ask.
Right, go down busying himself talking to just a couple of the locals. He's not going to waste his time talking to every Tom, Dick and Harry.
Weather's been lousy lately.
Fine thing, us all fleeing into the village from our farms, for all the good it'll do us. Don't know how you fools can wander around in all your metal get up in this heat. How are you fools? That's probably not the choice word that Godan would hope to be hearing. that one. Yeah. Godan doesn't appreciate being called a fool. Grumpy ones, are you? Hey, be gone then. I got better things to do than speak to the likes of you.
On my honor.
Okay. And that's enough to put him off from speaking with any other of these backwater villagers. Obviously don't know what's good for them. Okay, so we can go north or we can go that way. I think we'll kind of go north first. Alright, so we continue our explanation about the spells that we have earmarked for Nera to learn, or that she has already learned in the last session during our live stream. We ended our explanations at the level 2 spell, so we start now with level 3. And Dispel Magic is the first on the list. This is a spell that affects both friendlies and enemies, so care must be given to its use, and it removes magical effects from spells, potions, and some magical items such as wands. It does not remove spell protections though, which require spells such as Breach for removal. The higher the caster is in level to the effect they are trying to dispel, the better the chance of success, although there is always a 5% chance of failure. The exception to the rule is Arrows of Dispelling, which always work, and they are particularly good against leeches who are immune to level 5 and lower spells. Some creatures up ahead!
On my honor, it shall be.
Ooh. Okay, so this is the band of fools that have got the village all antsy. So we've got Maedulf the Ogre, a Minotaur, a Gnoll, an Ogre, and an Orc. Strange, what a strange combination.
Yes, consider it done.
Hold! Use not of human village. Why you come? What you's wanting? Okay. Well, do we believe that these people are responsible for the murders, or is it something more sinister? There was talk about people being turned inside out. That doesn't seem to be the work of ogres to me, Godan thinking. So rather than accusing them, we'll start with questions, giving them a chance to account for themselves, asking who they are and what they're doing here. Me, Maedulf, lead fellows from great army of Sithalis to the south. No want to kill races no more. Lead fellows in desertion. We just want to be left alone. Left alone, I see. Really? Yes, well, we've heard on the grapevine, Godan saying, you are responsible for killing people in the village. We no kill humans in village. We want no trouble. Yes, and how do I know you're telling the truth? Godan looking into this creature's eyes. Looking up into this creature's eyes, considering he's a dwarf and he's an ogre. Waiting for any sort of reaction. Maybe a bead of sweat on the brow, giving the game away, perhaps. He fancies himself an interrogator. Always Maedulf and fellows be chased and hated, 'cause me an ogre. We just wants to be left alone. We come here 1 moon ago, tries to settle for a while, yes? Soon after we come, fellows begin to vanish. 1, 2 they go, some turn up killed, skin missing. Some bodies vanish too. Maedulf no know who killing us. Maedulf worried, numbers get smaller. We like here, but something bad is killing here. Killing us fellows, very bad. Okay, so they've suffered as well. Asking if they have any idea who or what might be doing this. Maedulf no knows. Maybe wolves, maybe bad magics. Nobody see what kills fellows. Comes at night though. Maybe is the shadows. Shadows? So we either accept their story or we believe them. The funny thing is, I mean, if Godan was sinister enough to try, we could slay them all anyway, take back their heads to the minister, say we've killed the ogres and the gnolls and the minotaurs that were camping out north, The murderers are dead. Get paid, and then run off into the sunset. And if it's the wrong people, who cares? We've still got our money. However, I don't think the game mechanics will work like that somehow. So for now, we shall accept their explanation and continue our investigation on the hope that we'll gather more evidence. And as soon as we have a much firmer idea as to who's behind it, we will then spring forth and challenge whoever is the prime suspect. Much like we did in the case of the Bridge District murders. Gather the evidence, then confront the culprit. Wait! You not attack us? We needs you bring word to human village. Humans run when Madolf goes, so me needs yous to do it for me. Yous bring word, yes? Me bring word? Do I look like a messenger? What kind of word do you need bringing? Madolf no want death. Madolf no want fight. Just want peace. You tell villagers. Maybe that Madolf and fellows will protect village. Protect from orcs in mountains, yes? Humans let us stay then and no call nights. Maybe let us come once in a moon to trade for food and goods. Madolf make deal with village. If you tell them, we no want trouble. Well, this is all very nice, nicey. There was no mention of a reward, but we are speaking with the mayor, and it's not. If it was an additional task, an additional step for us to do, we had to go somewhere else to speak with somebody that we didn't plan to go and speak with, we'd probably just turn them down, to be honest with you, in the absence of a reward, and obviously they look like they can't provide anything anyway. But seeing as we are going to speak with the mayor anyway, fine. We're not promising, but we'll mention what you've said to the mayor, and we'll leave the ball in his court. We're not going to go overboard in trying to convince him, certainly. Madolf happy. Maybe fellows can live alone and eat good. Be happy here. You do good thing. Maybe humans agree. Madolf keep deal. You tell them. Okay, let's have a look here. It says that Madolf wants to make deal with the villagers. So it seems obvious, apparently, to Godan, that they are not responsible for the deaths in Imsvale. Some of his people, apparently, were murdered as well. So we are to bring word to Minister Lloyd and tell him that he wishes an alliance, does old Madolf. They will protect the village from the orcs in the hills if the villagers will let them live in peace with the occasional trade. Okay, well, we'll consider it, not a problem. As I said, it's not really too much of an additional step for us. So we'll certainly bear it in mind. Okay. Onwards.
What is my task?
With our explorations.
I will do my best.
Look at that.
On my honor, yes.
Bit of loot lying on the floor. How careless of somebody. Fireball. Now this spell is an AoE based attack that deals fire damage, and it caps unfortunately at level 10. So during the lower levels, less than 10, it's still okay to use, but beyond that there is an alternative spell which is you're better served using. Flame Arrow. Now this is particularly good at dealing with enemy mages,
yes,
and for use in spell sequences,
very
particularly
well.
For instance sequencing 3 flame arrows at a time. Based on your level, you fire a certain number of flame arrows as part of the spell, and at higher levels, as it has no cap, this spell, it does outperform Fireball. Haste. This spell increases the movement rate, spell casting speed and attacks per round of the entire party. Similar effect to the Oil of Speed, and although not in this spell description, this does speed up the onset of fatigue. Okay, so we've got a cave here, the Umar Cave. Alright. We won't go in it just yet, but we should be. We will be returning pretty soon, I imagine. Okay, so moving on with the spells, we have invisibility 10-foot radius, same as invisibility, but it casts it on everybody in a 10-foot radius. Useful for setting up attacks and planning ambushes on your enemies. Melf's Minute Meteors, very useful thrown conjured weapon that does +5 damage, +5 to your attack rolls and 5 attacks per round. Particularly good at dealing with mages, mainly because it deals fire damage, which bypasses stone skin and mirror images. We have Remove Magic, which is the same as Dispel Magic, but only affects enemies. So this means that this is a much more efficient combat casting Dispel Magic. So there's no risk in you removing beneficial magical effects from yourself in error. Skull Trap, a better version of Fireball for 2 reasons. The first reason being it doesn't deal fire damage, so you can use it against opponents that are resistant to fire damage. And second of all, it caps at level 20 rather than level 10 to do up to 20 d6 points of damage. Can be used to set up traps. That is unreliable, but you can use it in a sequencer. Casting 3 of these at a time is really deadly. The only thing you've got to be careful of is don't trigger the trap yourself. And finally, Slow, the opposite of Haste. Enemies move at half the speed and do half the number of attacks per round, so useful at slowing down those irksome enemies that deal large amounts of damage, and can be used to counter Haste if you lack Remove Magic.
What is my task? Done.
Okay, can't help but want to speak to one of these people, given the large amount of chickens here. Just kind of piqued Godan's interest.
I've no time for to talk to you now.
We're just good folk, fled from the outer farmland, stranger. We ask nothing of you other than that you leave us be. Yeah, what's going on with these chickens? Tis none of your concern, my lord. They're nothing but chickens for eating is all. Oh, how very dull.
On my honor, as you ask. Yes?
We're thinking maybe there was some foul heresy at play, but no,
It shall be.
just chicken farmers. So moving on then to the level 4 spells, the first on the list being Emotion Hopelessness. An improved version of Sleep also provides a resist fear benefit for the party and is best used with Greater Malazan. Greater Malazan is next on the list, and that is a spell that lowers the saving throw chance of your opponents. Useful when cast before spells that allow your opponents to make a save. This can be stacked with the priest spell Doom for added lower saving throw scores. The next spell on the list is Improved Invisibility. Now this is the same as Invisibility, but gives you an added +4 AC effective when the opponent attacks you, and a +4 to your saving throws. It also has the added benefit of allowing you to attack with melee weaponry, ranged weaponry and spells without removing the invisibility status. And finally, for this section at least, Minus Sequencer, which is a spell that allows you to sequence 2 spells to be activated at the same time. The only drawback, it's 2nd level and lower spells only. Alright, so we have a Ranger Cabin here. The Umar Cave, they're the only 2 things that we haven't really explored. So, first things first, let's take a look in this cabin if we can find the entrance to it. It's got to be here somewhere. What was that? There it is. The next spell on the list is Polymorph Other. Best used with Greater Malazan because your opponent can make their save. This is a fun spell for Godan. One for if his opponents tick him off and he doesn't want to kill them, he can turn them into a squirrel. Nera can turn them into a squirrel instead. Polymorph Self. Now this spell is less useful than it used to be, because I believe the sword spider form has been replaced with a regular spider form. So some of the little exploits that you could use with the sword spider no longer apply. However, it is still useful for its mustard jelly form, which confers 100% magical resistance. Spider Spawn. A spell that allows you to summon a spider. The higher level you are, the better the spider you summon.
That's right.
And this spell is particularly useful when combined with web, as the spider, of course, is immune to its effects. Looks as if a violent struggle has taken place here. Someone was killed and dragged out of the cabin. There are a few footprints in the blood. They appear to be dog or wolf prints. Okay, so we've got a couple of items here. One of them is a note from Mazzy Fenton, addressed to Wallag. We travel this day to search out the wolf lair. My own scouting of the region has confirmed Mirella's suspicions that there is a large pack of wolves acting in this area. On the map included, I have indicated where I believe the wolf den to be located. Follow us if you can, but be cautious. We can ill afford another mysterious disappearance. Until we meet again. Signed, Mazzy. Okay, so we're getting a map to a forested area several hours north of the Imsvale region. Okay, and Mirella's journal. Hexat rifling through, picking up the more important bits. Flame Rule 7. Katya came to visit again, a sweet child eager to learn my ways with the wild creatures. Flame Rule 12. Dark creatures roam the forest. Several townspeople have been slain by some unknown predator. Everyone seems to have their own opinion of what is doing the killing. The strangest thing is that the bodies are disappearing in the morning. This leaves me baffled, for most signs point to a pack of wolves that have been in the area for a long time. Wolves don't steal bodies. Flame Rule 13. Or perhaps I should say, wolf-like creatures. At night while I've been patrolling, I've often caught shadowy glimpses of these wolves running alongside me. I've tried to attack their attention, but they ignore me. I find this most strange, as if the pack is being controlled by someone else. Years ago, I spoke with the pack leaders, and they were cordial. Now they either flee from me, or, and I fear to say this, they stalk me. Frame Rule 21. It is near noon, and still the wood outside my cabin seems full of shadows. I've been hard-pressed to hear birds, and most of the larger animals have long fled. I plan to find the wolves' den this afternoon. I've drawn a map to it. All signs point to them as being the culprits, but what wolves act like these? They are wolves with the cunning of men. There is something else, a whispering in my mind. It is faint now in the waking hours, but while I sleep, I dream only of this voice and the face behind it. Whether it is connected to the voices, I do not know. I suspect by the time the sun sets tonight, I'll have answers to my questions. So what did the journal say? Both seem to be clear that a wolf pack is responsible. Okay, so werewolves, or, as the case may be, wolf wares are the most likely culprits.
You are lucky I'm here. I can do that.
But we've gained some experience, which is nice.
On my honor.
Alright, so we need to get out of here and we need to travel to a separate region. But there is the Umar Cave to look at, so we'll look at the Umar Cave. We are still looking for Valigark or Thala. And it definitely was the Umar Hills, wasn't it? was not there. It was in that. It was in the tax notice, wasn't it? A cabin in the Umar Hills. Interesting. This is the only cabin. There is Jermian's home, which we didn't explore. Perhaps we might just go barging in there as well before we go further afield looking for the wolf pack's lair.
Shall be.
But anyway, to the cave. I mean, maybe, just maybe, Valigar Corthala might actually be part of Mazzy's crew. Okay, so the final couple of spells at level 4 for Nera. We have Stone Skin, which is a great protection spell for mages. The higher the level the mage, the more skins that are cast.
That's right.
And each skin stops a physical attack. Think an onion. However, these skins do not stop magical or elemental damage. This spell can be dispelled with Dispel and Remove Magic. And the final spell at level 4 on the list is Wizard's Eye. A floating eye that can be used to scout out the way ahead, just in case Hexat fancies a bit of a breather. Okay, so we've got Umber Hulk to the north of the cave. We have no dog stew this time, rather unfortunately. But if it's only the one, how dangerous can they be? Uh-oh. The hell is this? Kill a mimic. It's a mimic and not a chest. Great stuff.
What is my task?
Oh boy, we're in trouble here.
On my honor.
We are several characters held.
Yes?
Fall, creature, and feed the earth!
Are we safe? At least you attack the person that regenerates health. That's a blessing in disguise.
What is my consider it done?
Mimic's blood. Often used in the creation of golems. Interesting.
On my honor. I will do my best. What is my task?
Well, I don't know what's happened to Hexam, but she is just not playing ball.
That's right. Easy
There we
enough,
go.
If you know what you're doing.
Okay, so there's 2 Umber Hulks. And some kind of... Uh-oh. That's a doorway, isn't it?
On my honor. Very well.
Well, they tried to do something to us and failed miserably. But this is a doorway, so we can kind of bog them down here.
For the fallen!
Okay,
Yes.
one down, one to go.
For the fallen! For sure!
What is my task? Done.
Korg are not quite faring as well as Godan at tanking them, taking a few blows, unfortunately.
On my honor, as you ask.
He's
I am ready.
just a minor scratch.
Very good.
Our dwarven friend not going to be too perturbed by that, right? Ooh, well, okay. Small cache of goods, nothing
Yes? It shall
really to write home about. Alright, so we're not any closer to Katya. Wasn't her name mentioned in the diary? Anyway, we're no closer to finding Valigark or Thala, unfortunately. So what we'll do is we will we'll enter this hut here in the hope that this might be linked to him, and if it's not, we shall head out looking for the wolf pack in the hope that Valigar might be with Mazzy, maybe part of their party.
What is my task? It shall be.
You need something, stranger?
Who disturbs me? Godan announcing himself. Lord Godan disturbs you. Of Godan's keep. I'm looking for someone. Godan, eh? Well, I don't recognize your name. So long as you're not sent by that fool, Dar, I'll not object to your presence. And I, since you ask, am none other than Germian, licensed cowl wizard for this region. So you needn't run off and attempt to report me, boy. Well, for a start, I don't appreciate being called boy. He's got a golem there, and we have some mimic blood. Maybe we could trade for it, for some information or something. Possibly. Let's have a look. So as a cowled wizard then, he should know some information, shouldn't he? So first of all, does he know about where they maybe keep prisoners? As if he's going to tell us, but hey-ho. He's not enough Catler. It's a new wizard to speak to. Maybe, just maybe, he may tell us something. I seem to recall that my order had a prison built by the Gondars somewhere to house deviants, but I have no idea where it is. I cannot be bothered to keep track of such irrelevant matters. And even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. That is cowled wizard business. Now, unless you've business of your own, leave me to my project. Yeah, what is this thing you're making out of interest? Ah, glad that you asked. This, my friend, is nothing other than a golem of stone. A fine piece of magical craftsmanship, if I do say so myself. Few of the mages have made the attempt, you see. This type of golem is quite powerful and dangerous, but I am more than skilled enough to control it. Once it's complete, I'll have an excellent servant, and something to keep an eye on my daughter and that foolhardy beau of hers while I'm away. Oh, the chap outside, he's the Tar or Dar, or whatever he's called. We don't care about him. Trouble is, I'm missing one of the crucial ingredients, the blood of a mimic. I'd pay handsomely for some, in fact. You look like the adventurous type. Care to find me some? And this is where Godan's eyes light up like bulbs. But he's not going to give the game away just yet. Pretending perhaps that, well, not pretending for definite that we don't have it, just and in fact, just querying before we announce that we have just so happened to stumble across some, asking how much your handsome offer is. I seem to recall that I got a magical sword around here that I won in a bet from that fool Tolgarius. That fool that we're working for. I have no use for it, but it's valuable. Find me some mimic's blood and it's yours. Well, there's no offer to Bartrim for a higher offer. So, yeah, I'll make the attempt. Fine. I wish I could point you in the right direction, but if you do find some, you know where to find me. Off you go then, boy. Again, calling Godan boy, not resonating very well at all. But he's a cowled wizard, and he's going to pay us for our services, so we'll hold off for now.
On my honor, consider it done.
Need something, stranger?
I see you again. I don't suppose you've had any of that mimic's blood, have you? Of course we have. We just thought we'd see how much you were going to pay for it before we announced that we had stumbled across it. Let me have a look at what you have there. Yes, yes, I see. Well done, boy, well done. I don't know how you found it, but here it is. I took the liberty of digging out that sword earlier, as if by magic, if you haven't left. Just in case. Rather pathetic of me, don't you think? It was just collecting dust anyway, so here you go, and well earned, I might add. Now, all I need to do is add this to the golem and he will be complete. Finally, I will be able to live in peace and be assured that Colette will not be molested while I am gone. Uh-oh. I don't feel this is going to not end too well. Yes, awake, my creature, awake and hear my command. What is wrong here? No, no, stay back! Back, I command you! Father! Uh-oh. Oh, it's turned hostile. Right, let's help him. Maybe we'll get another reward. Okay, so slashing damage from Godan, putting the stone golem down, and obviously you can quite clearly see here, folks, we rescued this fool. Surely worthy of more reward.
Hello there.
Father, you're alive! Oh, thank the gods! Yes, I am alive, my daughter, thanks to our kind stranger here. Oh, he noticed we saved him. Colette, what has happened? Oh, Dar, it was terrible. One of my own creations turned on me, boy. It seems I am not so wise and powerful as I had first thought. What a surprise. And perhaps I have been foolish in some of my other decisions as well. Dar, boy, if you promise to take care of my daughter and protect her, if you still want her, I'll not stand in the way. Oh, Father, are you serious? Thank you. Indeed, thank you, Germian. I shall take excellent care of Colette. You can be sure. Come, my love. Let's not waste this chance. Oh, how sickening. Do we get anything else for saving you?
Stranger.
My thanks to you, boy, for saving a foolish wizard's life. Oh. My daughter is now gone. I think I will leave myself for a while and consider what I have done. All right. And just like that, we're done. Well, in that case,
What would you have me do? That's right.
I'm supposing that he has left us here to loot his house.
That is what you want.
I went into shadows. Wrong button. Yeah, he obviously left us here to loot his house as a reward for saving his life. That's obviously what he meant to say before sweeping from the door, robes billowing behind him. And we'll take him up on his offer. A most gracious offer indeed. Okay. Okay, and finally, some more scrolls. Good stuff. Right, we're kind of laden with goods here. Right. Oh, magical short sword as well. Ilbratha +1. Mirror image once per day, +1 weapon. Straight into the sale pile, I'm afraid. Potion of Genius, I suppose Nera can take that. Potion of Clarity. Let's take that down here. Okay. Is that a second diamond? Okay, so if we do need to craft one of those things, one of those talismans, we're probably just about getting there with the ingredients should we need to. Okay, so Korgan, Should be fine with that health. Okay, so I think we're pretty much done in the village itself.
My task.
We've talked to most people. We haven't talked to everybody, but Godan's not really that interested in speaking with the locals. So we're going to assume that Valigar Corthala may be with Mazzy looking for the murderers. So we're going to, in the next session, head on out and see if we can locate Mazzy and her troop. If we don't find Valigar Corthala with her, we'll have to obviously come back here and do some further interrogation. But yeah, onwards to pastures new once again. Join me in the next session as we pursue some wolf-like creatures. Until then, see you soon.